Taurus, hi, welcome to my channel. So today we have a reading for you, no particular subject. We're going to take an issue, something we know, something we don't know, recent past advice and potential outcome. At the end there'll be an opportunity for an extended where we'll dive in deeper. You can watch this for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, Mercury, North Node, or if any of those planets are currently transiting your second house. This could be for you. Thank you however you support the channel, very much appreciated. Cross watchers, you're more than welcome. Message may well be for you. All information is in the description box, including website link. The private reads will be reopening again. There's a little bit of hoo-ha that's going on that I need to sort out, but keep an eye out this weekend. It should be up and running, so if you are interested, do check that out. Yeah, cross watchers, I think I said. Okay, so Taurus. I was quite taken aback at first, and again, please, for the love of God, do not get caught up in genders. You are naturally Earth, you are naturally ruled by Venus, you are the feminine energy, regardless of your gender. That's the energy that you emanate. And I was quite taken aback in your pre-shuffle. It was Britney Spears, I'm not a girl, not yet a woman. And I was like, oh, that's a bit harsh. And you know, not in a sense. It's like at first I was taking it in the sense of maturity, but it wasn't. And it was really quite a profound moment. And it was, especially with your. There's no coincidences in this world, especially when it comes to tarot and what is chosen per zodiac, per astrological alignment, placement, whatever. The equal give and take is a Six of Pentacles. It's one of your cards. It's the Moon in Taurus. So the High Priestess meets the Hierophant. And the thing about that song come through, because there was two questions that came to me straight afterwards. Can you give without expecting anything in return? But more importantly, which is where this kind of I'm not a girl, not yet a woman. The woman is the feminine, the Empress, the ability to receive. Can you receive without any sense of obligation? And that was like, oh, wow, that feels like your message. Can you receive? Because I think the universe is aligning you to something here, but there's still something where it's uneasy. If I get this, what do I need to do? What do I need to provide? What do I need to X, Y, and Z? So I thought it was quite I was very quite impacted by that. Eight of Wands, and something wants to come in quick. Knight of Wands and the Eight of Wands, fast moving energy. And this is a repeated pattern. This is something that's going round in circles here. And interestingly, if you did listen to my reading a couple of days ago when I said about no longer being the boiling frog, it's like you're getting closer to the heat. It's like, you know, you're reacting faster to things. So things are shifting. Interesting. One more. Taurus. The Eight of Wands. Something wants to come in very, very quickly. But how interesting as well. The wands are facing the wrong way. They're going that way. As I'm reading the spread, it's backwards. We are in Mercury retrograde. When Mercury goes direct, life is taking off. As a collective, this feels like a shed. We're in a 9 year. It's the year of the snake. 9's a completion. Snake sheds skin. Something is turning, is burning away, you know, with that Knight of Wands getting closer to the flame. And I feel like there's a couple of things as well, because I almost feel like there's communication coming in that you might not expect, or you might be the one sending the communication, who knows. But something is shifting, and it's shifting very, very quickly. Mercury in Sagittarius, the Magician meets the Temperance card. So alchemy meets alchemy. It's what we're here to do. We're here to alchemize energy. We're here to create. What do we know? What don't we know? Yeah, I tell you, something is shifting dramatically for you. I love it. Interesting. There's a specific, like nothing can stop what's coming, but the universe is trying to get you to receive, because something about the past you haven't, and the past is going to tell us everything. Okay, interesting. Advice. Nice. Oh, interesting. Reishi. Mushroom reishi. And potential outcome. Wow. Okay. Guys, you're receiving your justice. You're receiving this moment of joy and happiness. Fantastic. We have the Queen of Cups, the Malika of Cups, the Seven of Coins, the Seven of Cups, the Three of Coins, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Staffs, King of Swords, Nine of Swords, Knight of Cups, and the Chariot. Okay. Get ready to receive, because your time is coming. But for some reason, like I say, it's like when it comes to your connections, and like this doesn't have to be romantic, it could very well be, there could be something from the past that's wanting to re-emerge. But you, again, it's that, it's an ability to it's almost like everything has to come with a sense of obligation, and that's the thing that you need to look at now as to why you feel like you can't just receive, why you can't just give with expectations. It's interesting. It's interesting actually, because I had this conversation with somebody a week or two ago, how especially when we're in a foreign country, you know, if you were to be looking at a map or your phone or anything like that and looking quite lost, and a local came over to help you, what's your natural assumption? They want something, possibly, or, you know, are you more relaxed? 9 times out of 10, and I'll hold my hands up, my first assumption would be, you know, are they expecting payment? What do they need? You know, what do they want? And then you spin that and ask yourself the question, for me, if I was in England and this person looked lost in England, would I guide them to where they were looking, where they wanted to go without wanting anything in return? The answer is yes, I would. So why is that different the other way around? And it's like one of those stopping moments going, oh yeah, it's not. So there's something here that's about this give and take aspect that's kind of out of sync, but something's coming in to balance the scales. So got the Eight of Wands. What we're aware of is the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is a card of nostalgia, yes, but it's also the Sun in Scorpio. Now, the Sun highlights, it illuminates. Scorpio, like I say, is the ruler of your 7th house. 7th house is your relationships, how you deal in interactions, one-on-ones. Now, we tend to do, like, if things aren't good, if we become on the defensive, we tend to do our opposite sign. Now, the defensiveness of Scorpionic energy, it would be to close off. It's secretive. It's like, you know, what is it you want? They rule the 8th house. The 8th house is shared resources. How much do you want from me? Again, it's all this kind of combination that goes, it doesn't have to be anything about money, but there's this dynamic that's at play in your spread, where the universe is trying to have you recognize something in that sense. Can you give without, you know, expectation? Can you receive without any sense of obligation? Not what we're not aware of is the Wheel of Fortune. Something is spinning. Like I say, and interestingly, in this deck, it beautifully says, faith, destiny, importance of aligning to your true nature, change, turning point, beginnings and endings, a change in fortune and luck, lessons that have been learned. But it's this one, here we go, an extremely positive card. The Shake Falak, Wheel of Fortune, is all about turning points. It is telling you that change is inevitable, and that just as every season and every cell eventually changes, so will circumstances in your life. Accept those changes and new opportunities. Oh, here we go. The divine timing of the universe is in action, and it is all in your favour. Beautiful. Recent past is the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups, like I said, this could be somebody's contemplating reaching out as well, because there is an energy of sense of the past here, and somebody wants to communicate with this retrograde aspect of stuff. I think that's a side note to you being able to receive. or maybe you're sending a message without any expectations, or sending a gift, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be anything. Can we do that? Can we find that balance? But definitely this focus is about your interactions one-on-ones. Your advice is the sun. The sun is talking about the sun in Scorpio here. Can we put a highlight on this? Also, it's okay. It's okay to be happy and joyful. You know, there's a long time of you know, Taurus energy. We've been stuck in a lot of energetic shifts. Uranus has, you know, ripped you apart for the last 6 years. It's coming to the last degrees before it moves into Gemini, into your second house of how you earn money and how you value yourself. So that's all going to go through transformation. But it's all about asking you to have joy here, but also to focus on this. Put a light, put a sun on that scorpionic dynamic of your 7th house, how you interact. And again, you don't have to be Taurus in general. Scorpio rules your 7th house. Individually it might be different, but the whole purpose of this reading is to look at that aspect between that dynamic, giving and receiving. Your outcome, fantastic. Justice, balance of the scales. You know, we've got 3 massive major arcanas here, and all of them are fantastic. Dharma, karma, whatever you want to call it. We've got the sun and we've got the wheel of fortune, 2 beautiful energies. And the sun and Jupiter is also Reishi. Now Reishi is asking you to, I almost feel like prepare. Retreat, recovery, meditation, hibernation, spiritual contemplation, replenishment of spirit. Yeah, because it's been a silence, it's been recovery, time to pause. Maybe you've been overstimulated, stressed, nearing burnout. Something is shifting though. Here we go. Create the space to be in silence and calm. The internet chatter, reflection is the key to the path of self-mastery. Which is interesting because self-mastery is the 8 of Pentacles, and this character's hidden in the background of the 8 of Pentacles as well. Okay, right, I want to check out, definitely want to check out the Death card to see that Scorpionic energy. 6 of Pentacles for that give and receive, and there was something else. Empress. Not a girl, not yet a woman, not yet the Empress. And again, you are. And look at this, you know, the 7 of Coins and the 7 of Cups. This has just kept you a little bit in your head, this final deacon of, the 7 of Pentacles is the final deacon of Taurus, which is obviously where Uranus is. So there's been a lot of changes, So, the Empress is with the Tower and the Knight of Swords. Something's shifting for this Empress energy, and this change is good. This is like recognizing now where, you know, where you've maybe had to chase energy rather than receive energy. And the whole idea of Empress energy is receiving. It's not chasing, not in the slightest. That doesn't mean to say you can't take action on things. It means you need to recognize when you take a step back. And it's something to do with obligation, because this is fighting for a cause. And you feel like you have to fight for a cause, or you have to be obligated to something to receive. And the reality is, what we see in the 3D is completely different. Feminine energy is trusting in the unseen. Empress straight afterwards. Beautiful. Oh, nice. You guys are next to so the Hierophant is next to the Alchemist, which is the Magician and the Fool. Beautiful. Six of Coins, the equal give and take, is with the Knight of Coins and the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is the defensive one. Queen of Swords, it feels like she has to do or cut or defend, and it's not necessary. Something's shifting within you. And death is with the Two of Wands, Mars in Aries, so the Tower hits the Emperor, and the Four of Wands. When you recognize this, it changes the dynamic. This energy goes from a distorted masculine and feminine to a balanced masculine and feminine. Within yourself, within others, within the reflection around you. Your final card's the Five of Coins. I'm not worried about that because for me, it's what was next to each other. You guys, I said to you, the Hierophant was next to the Magician. Mercury and Taurus, that is Mercury and Taurus. I'm not concerned about that one bit. And it's also actually Mercury and Taurus. Something happens in May. Something shifts. That could be the message coming with this Eight of Wands. So Mercury is retrograde now, back into, is it June? Bear with me, guys. Mercury and Taurus. If he could spell. 2025. Okay. It's either May 10th or May 12th. Mercury and Taurus is wedged between those dates. I'm not going to click any further, but I'm going to say May 12th. So something in May kind of shifts a lot of things possibly for you as Mercury moves in, especially with this dynamic of Four of Wands, Death, and Two of Wands. Like I said, Four of Wands is the 11-11 card, Venus in Aries, the Empress meets the Emperor, Tower hits the Emperor with the Two of Wands, and Death is in between it all. Death is this entire spread. How do you behave in those dynamics of giving and receiving? Okay, fascinating. All right, so yeah, expect good stuff, expect good karma. Do look at what this is, because it's like that last stop of you stepping into this full kind of Empress energy, where you balance within, but then you're ultimately that feminine aspect of Venus. Beautiful. Okay. In your extended, let's clarify these. Let's see what deeper we can go, and see what we get. Mercury in Sagittarius, Sun in Scorpio, Sagittarius, Venus in Cancer, Leo, Libra, Saturn in Taurus, Venus in Scorpio, Mars in Capricorn, Mars in Gemini, Cancer, Jupiter in Capricorn. We have Wands, Cups, Coins, and Swords. Everyone's here. Those are your standouts. Let me know. Take care. See you soon. Bye.